So with North Texas kids heading back to school, many more bicycles and school buses will be out there on the roads.
Daniel Armbruster with AAA Texas joining our Madison Adams to talk about how to keep your children safe and what you can do as a driver. Madison.
Yeah, guys, so obviously it's hard getting back into the swing of the back-to-school mindset, but one of those things is safety out on the roadways, not only with yourself driving, but also with all the kids riding bicycles. So, Daniel, tell me a little bit about what parents need to keep in mind as they're driving down the road and they see these kids on bicycles trying to get to school.
That's right. All right, well, number one, watch your speed, of course, closer to school zones. We know that right before school and right after school are the most dangerous times. 13% of kids either walk or bike to school, so thousands of kids, as they start going back to school, you're going to see a lot of them on the sidewalks, in the crosswalks, and in those school zones. Now, you want to pass 3 feet between you and the bicycle. So if you're driving, right, and if you're a parent with your kid on a bike, well, you want to make sure that they're wearing that helmet, of course, protecting their head, and also you want them to be visible. They don't have to necessarily wear a safety jacket, but they need to be wearing bright colored clothing so that drivers can see them and make sure that they know their route on the way to school as well.
So what about for drivers? I mean, obviously you're teaching your kid a lot about driving and biking to school safely, but for the drivers out there, I know the biggest distraction right now is often cell phones. So obviously put the cell phones down, but what else can drivers keep in mind?
Yeah, you want to eliminate those distractions like your cell phone, other passengers, and also your navigation system, but also make sure that you watch your speed, because just 10 miles an hour in a crash involving a child can make a huge difference. From 25 to 35 miles an hour, you're 2/3 less likely to severely injure or kill a child by just reducing your speed, especially in school zones.
And obviously back to school means a lot of buses out on the roadway, lots of safety concerns with buses and how to navigate around them. What are the biggest tips?
Well, it's a $500 fine, and a lot of those school buses have cameras on them now. So in addition to that, you want to make sure that when you see the yellow lights on that school bus, you slow down and you stop, especially once you see the red lights. The most dangerous time for kids is getting on and off the school bus. So parents, talk to your kids about that safety and what to do at the bus stop. And it's always a good idea to have friends with them so that they're not alone when they're either waiting for the bus or walking or biking to school.
Fantastic. Daniel Armbruster here with us from AAA Texas, giving us all sorts of advice as we're heading back to school.